to the Healing Streams Reflection. The title for today's post is Receiving the New with an Old Mind. Receiving the New with an Old Mind. But there is no point in seizing a new year with an old mindset. Instead of focusing on having a new year, focus on having a new mind. If God pours another new year into that old mentality you have, it's going to be just like the old year. He will bless you with new revelation. You will receive it with an old mind, and the new revelation won't mature in you. It won't bear fruit because you have gone as far as you can go with that old mind. There is this story on the television about a pair of twins who grew up together in a very bad home. One of the twins grew up to be a successful family man and leader in his community. But his brother had spent most of his violent adult life in prison. When they were interviewed, they were asked what they thought was the major cause of how their lives turned out. Surprisingly, both men gave the same answer. How else could I have turned out with the father I had? Both men grew up in the same abusive circumstances at the same time. But the difference in their lives was in their mindset. In this broadcast, the Holy Spirit will help you to prepare your mind from conformed, copying the behavior and customs of this world, to transformed, changing the way you think. But before you receive the good, you need to dump the bad. Dump means you are getting rid of every poisonous thing that hinders you and is planted in your mind. Beloved, dump all jealousy, dump all envy, dump all witchcraft, pettiness, unforgiveness, fornication, pride, stubbornness, and others, in exchange for what is best for you by God. Dump all stubbornness, stiffness, such as confusion, strife, malice, eagerness for lustful pleasure, sexual immorality, evil results, self-ambition, in exchange for the Holy Spirit to renew, re-educate, and redirect our mind as we truly transform. Dump all stubbornness like hostility, quarrel, outburst of anger, the feeling that everyone is wrong except those in your own little group. That spoils what God is about to pour into your life. Do it now, because we have been trained by instant coffee drinking or drive-through food culture, and so can act now. God has good, pleasing, and perfect plans for his children, including you and I. But he wants you and I to be transformed children with renewed minds, and wants only that what is best for us, living to honor and obey him. Woe be unto you if you waste another year with the old mentality, while countless other people are begging God for the opportunity you have right now. From conform to transform. And therefore Romans chapter 12 verse 2 declares, and do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. My dear brother, my dear sister, Most churchgoers who call themselves Christians think they are smart, but they let the world teach them who they are. Don't let the world teach you who you are. Remember, Romans chapter 12, in another version, informs you and I again that do not conform yourself to the standard of this world, but let God transform you inwardly by a complete change of your mind. Then you'll be able to know the will of God, what is good and is pleasing to Him and is perfect. Paul says not to shape yourself around the limited perspective of this world. Don't be conformed means don't obey, follow this world's way, but be transformed, changed, converted by it. Beloved, the word transform is translated from the Greek word metamorphose, which also gives us the word metamorphosis. Paul says you can go through a metamorphosis not because you have a fresh ear, but because you have a fresh mind. You don't have to get yourself out of trouble before you begin to change your life. You just have to get your mind out of trouble. If you can get your mind out of trouble, you can get your money, you can get your family, you can get your career, and even your health out of trouble. Beloved, with a renewed mind, no devil in hell and no weapon formed against you can stop you from prospering. So what do you make of this Bible warning that don't become so well adjusted to your culture that you fit into it without even thinking? Instead, fix your attention to God. You'll be changed from the inside out, unlike the culture around you always dragging you down to its level of maturity. God brings the best out of you, develops well-formed maturity in you. My dear brother, my dear sister, do you think you must make a counterculture decision to focus on becoming more like Jesus? Why? Otherwise, other forces like peers, parents, and co-workers and culture will try to mold you into their image. Beloved, God is far more interested in what you are than in what you do. Your character is essentially the sum of your habits. God's ultimate goal for your life on earth is not comfort, but character development. Thanks for listening, and may the good Lord